Good morning, everyone. This is episode 4 of the Road to 10k series, and quick update on the bank balance. I'll pop it up now because it's been 2 videos. For anyone who doesn't know, this series will be going on until I hit a 10k balance. So there will be an update at some point this week because there is a payout. This is like a payout from like a month ago, but there is a payout coming of £250, which is $350. So that'll be a nice little, boost to the bank account, a bit more safety in that shit. But anyway, to talk about trading, let's recap yesterday. So yesterday, we ended up taking 3 trades. I would just say 2 because one of the trades I was in for like a second. But basically, first trade was like 130 loss, and the third trade was like a 130 win. And I'm glad I was able to manage my emotions to the point where I was able to get break even. But I'm not happy about how I acted during the first well, here's the thing. I did like the next best thing for the situation I put myself in. So I entered a long, and after 1 minute, I very quickly realised the long was a terrible position to be in, and I got out ASAP. Like, I wasn't risking staying in there for a second longer. And usually, my brain will trick me into staying in those types of positions. And it wouldn't, and it's never gone well to this day, and it still would not have gone well. So, all we did yesterday was manage to preserve our capital. There was no good trades. There would have been nothing on that chart yesterday, which if I took a loss, I would have looked at it and gone, yeah, you know what? That was a good loss to take. That was an unavoidable loss. Any loss I would have taken yesterday would have been completely unavoidable. Or sorry, completely avoidable. So I'm just glad we came out of yesterday break even. 2 days in a row now with choppy price action. My 1-to-1s could not carry me through yesterday. So if you're trying to hit like 1-to-2s and 1-to-3s, I highly doubt they're going to carry you through yesterday or the day before. Which is why 1-to-1 on top, bro. 1-to-1 is clear. It's how I was able to take a win on Monday. But anyway, getting into today, we are on an 8. Well, okay, this isn't really getting into today. We are on an 8 trade win streak with some break evens in between. And I was thinking, I would quite like one more win, and then maybe I'd be like, okay, nine wins in a row, fair enough. We can accept that a loss is coming now, 9 wins is pretty good in a row. But I was thinking, if we get 9 wins in a row, it's going to be annoying not getting the double-digit win streak. It's kind of going to be annoying. It's going to be like, once I get the 9, it's going to be like, well, double digits would be nice. But if we get to the double digits, it would be nice to be able to say, oh yeah, I didn't take a loss for an entire month. So then I'll have to get to the end of this week without taking a loss as well. So hopefully we can just take like 2 more wins, get to double digits, and not take any losses for the rest of this week. And then I can say I got a 10 trade win streak with no losses for an entire month. That would be pretty cool to say. And, then I would have 3 out of... Okay, I'm going to stop talking about the wins. I don't really care. Bad mindset to have, And also, you guys might just be watching this right now, seeing the title or being in the Discord, which if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord link in the description. And being like, oh, he's been a knobhead right now. I already know he's taken a loss. And he's talking about getting his 9th, 10th, and 11th win. I don't know, maybe that's what you guys are seeing right now. But today, right, we're doing this. We're going to finish this up. Probably goon on Clash Royale for like... No, I'll probably make some TikToks. Yeah, TikToks and Clash Royale for like an hour. Go into school. That'll take like 2 hours because I got to walk there. I got something to do before lesson. Then I got a lesson. Then I got to walk home. So that'll be like 2 hours. And then I'll come home. The weather is a bit cloudy today, but bro, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, UK is looking crazy, bro. I got a half marathon on Sunday, and it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. So, yeah, I'm excited because, we do not get weeks like this often in the UK. And then Monday or Sunday, Monday morning, I'm off to Poland. So that'll be cool. But anyway, today, what am I on about today? There's no gym, so I'm going to have to book like the sauna or something after. I'll probably hop in a VC in the Discord after the trading session. But, oh, and I'll be live. If you guys aren't tuning into the lives, this is the last day this week I'll be live. But, summer holidays, for 6 weeks straight, I'll be live every single market open. So, I don't know where you'll see me next, but I'm going to finish up this, do like 30 more minutes on her, because I ain't trying to be a fat fuck. And yeah. Alright everyone, so here's a time lapse of me in school. I was just checking out how the market was moving pre-market, but quick little promo, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And if you're not on the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. The link to that will be in the description. Completely free, by the way. But point of this, I was just checking news because I was wondering when the next bank holidays were coming up. And I just wanted to make sure market, hadn't rallied overnight because that's pretty important. You probably don't want to be trading if you've just watched the market rally overnight. But luckily, the teacher was not too active in this lesson. Moving on to New York session. So New York opened, we got huge bullish shit up. If you're on the stream, you will know. I was already saying, I could see this shit taking out a high or two. I could see that happening. A high getting hit. But little did I know, all of the highs were getting run up. And even the all-time high got run up. So, at that point, you have to be so careful because when you're at all-time highs, it's not like generational shorts, like a lot of people in the chat were saying, generational shorts are coming. It's like, you have to be careful that price doesn't just continue to run up all-time highs, because not every time a high gets hit doesn't mean there's going to be a liquidity sweep. Because if that was the case, we would be in an infinite loop of consolidation. But the Nasdaq is historically bullish over long periods of time, so hopefully that kind of makes sense as to why just because we've taken the all-time high doesn't mean, we're just going to sweep liquidity and break a structure and fill a fair value gap and just shit the bed. In this case, I was able to take shorts, as you will see in a moment. But that is, you just have to be careful when trading all-time highs. But right here, you can see I'm looking.
Order filled.
We're in, boys. We're in. We're in. Alright, let's tell everyone in the Discord we're in. Holy shit.
Order filled.
Why did I just exit early? Why did I do that? Wait, why didn't I hold to full TP? It literally would have just been hit. Alright guys, so sorry there's a lack of clips today. I haven't really done much today, to be fair. I want to go over some tips. This is a really nice day where I was explaining it to my friend who's getting into trading. This is a really nice day to go over to explain some pretty key stuff of why I took the trade. So basically, initially, well, first off, we took a win. Unfortunately, it wasn't the full 400. I kind of fucked up with not holding it for the full 400. I'll take accountability for that. I did kind of exit too soon. I'm not going to cope and say oh, it's fine. No, that was not great. But basically, initially, market opens. I go on the 50-minute chart. Market opens, and we have a huge bullish push-up. More, I expected these highs to get taken. I had no reason to trade to them. I really expected this high to get taken. And then I was like, all right, this high looks like it's going to get taken. I really didn't expect all-time highs to get pushed today. Nor did I expect a reaction like this off of them. You know, if we're pushing all-time highs, to be honest, I was expecting I was worried if we'd retrace and then just push higher, which was why I was kind of nervous taking the trade. But overall, we hit all the draws without taking any longs. Fair play if you took longs. I had no reason to. You know, no 15-minute gap retraced. Same on. Yes, you know, no 15-minute gap retraced. There was no 15-minute gap at all. Initially, off market open, I was kind of bearish initially, but obviously we saw the push up. And yeah, I mean, I was never really looking for longs. The reason I was willing to trade into this 15-minute gap here, you know, you got one gap, two gap, three gap. It's all the same gap because they're gap after gap. The reason I was willing to trade into here was just because of the sheer size of the gap. You know, this is a humongous gap. And typically, this is a key thing about big gaps. We're likely not just going to give them a little tap and, you know, come off of them. In this case, we retraced all the way. But, you know, you can really expect a retrace into around the 50% mark. I'm not like exact with it, but you can definitely expect a big retrace into gaps of this size, in my opinion. So, what do we have? You know, we take the highs. We have a humongous SMT, massive SMT. You know, these are all-time highs. We took all-time highs on NASDAQ. The S&P 500 did not take the all-time highs, but humongous SMT. Now, what do I want to do? I want to wait for confirmation that the SMTs are actually going to play out. So what am I going to do? 4-hour or 1-hour chart, correlate that with a 5-minute. What do we have on the 5-minute here? We also have 5-minute SMTs on the highs, which gives me, you know, a reason not to wait and start looking for gaps, you know, fair value gap retraces. So now, you know, once we get that, all I'm looking for now is an inversion. You know, I'll take the first inverse. What do we get here? First inverse. Little inverse. It was a big ass inverse. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was taking into the 15-minute candle into account. Also, so my stops were like here, and TP was like a 0.0 I'm pretty sure. We held. I mean, we managed to catch the two. Not that I used the 1-minute chart. The 1-minute chart was basically not used. It wasn't used at all during this trade, but we managed to catch the two biggest candles of the fucking session. As you can see, proof, even though you guys literally saw me take it, is here. So, yeah. And I just wanted to show you guys, you know, I could have targeted, this is the target, right? When would I have not been willing to take shorts? I would not have been willing to take shorts as soon as we take this 930 low. Now, in this case, we did end up sweeping liquidity here, but typically, you know, we'll take the 930 low, and after we take the 930 low, we will just end up chopping. What have we done the entire time we hit that 930 low? Chopped. So if I hadn't have taken a trade by that 930 low, you know, all the buy side had been taken out. Once the 930 low got hit, I would have locked myself out if I hadn't taken a trade. I mean, I did lock myself out after this trade because I didn't want to go fucking mental and be like, I need that extra 100, which is a big 100, but I didn't want to do anything stupid to get the 300. Sorry, yeah, the 300, because it's 100 across 3 accounts. So, nice, you know, $900 day. Payout should be coming today, tomorrow, or Friday. Yeah, I don't know, you know, we've done $1,800 this week so far. Maybe we can take another win, maybe we can take another 2 wins. I'm grateful for what I have right now, though. Thank you guys for watching. Again, sorry it's a bit of a shorter video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.